Hello dear traders, and you're watching the daily market review with me, financial analyst of Grand Capital Company, Sergey Ilyin. So our weekends have finished, and let's see what the trading weekend is preparing for us. So our daily heading is dedicated as traditional to technical analysis of some forex major pairs, and let's start our review from the first forex major pairs. It will be the euro and US dollar. So the short-term uptrend is poised to extend above 1.3895. However, there are significant resistance levels lying beneath the 1.40 level, and Ichimoku, it seems, cloud resistance lie at 1.3921 on the weekly chart, and former range lows at 1.3965 have now reverted to resistance. Nestling inside these levels is the previous lower reaction high at 1.3937. Key support lies at 1.3685, which is protected by 1.3828 and 1.3787. And the weekly chart of euro and US dollar trend is bullish. Intraday US dollar trend and analysis of US dollar and Japanese yen. The broader tone remains positive for USD bulls, leaving last week's high at 77.8048 vulnerable. The recovery of Monday's Asian session low at 76.94 opened the 77.45, 77.80 highs again, and last week's completion of a bull wedge creates scope for the September 9 reaction high at 77.86. Here we can see on the setback below 76.88 would undermine the positive US dollar outlook, and the weekly chart of this pair is range. Intraday Great Britain pound and versus US dollar analysis. Fibonacci projected targets at 1.5885 and 95 are now within striking distance, following last week's strength. But however, there are more significant Fibonacci projections on the 1.51, 61 and 75 area, which will look to shield the 1.6 level. Weakness will attract support well above 1.5790, and only below 1.5664 would concern Great Britain pound bulls. And weekly chart of Great Britain pound and US dollar trend is bearish. Intraday US dollar and Swiss franc analysis. A push below last week's low at 0.8903 is threatened, exposing the 0.8835 and 41 Fibonacci support cluster. A lower high at 0.9084 has been left, and there is scope for more weakness towards 0.8698 and the September 15th reaction low at 0.8646, where a downwave equality projections lies. Only a recovery above 0.9038 would negate the bearish US dollar outlook, and the weekly chart of US dollar trend versus Swiss franc trend line is bullish. Intraday Australian dollar versus US dollar. The strong short-term uptrend remains on course for the 1.618 Fibonacci extension target at 1.0525. The October 13th higher low at 1.0102 underpins the positive Australian dollar outlook, and leaving last Friday's high at 1.0347 and resistance at 1.0400 vulnerable. Ahead at 1.0525, yes, and weakness to the 1.0210 area will attract support, protecting the 1.0102 low, and the weekly chart of last pair, Australian dollar and the US dollar trend, is bullish. Yes, let's finish for today with the technical analysis, and we will turn our regard to fund areas. So what we can see here, Stocks 50, FTSE 100 and DAX. Everything actually is raising, and for about from 0.60% to 0.2 about 1%. Yes, energy and commodities, of course. We should pay attention here. Energy, Brent has fallen for about 0.5%. VTI has raised for about 0.35%. Industrial metals, copper has raised for about 1%. Precious metals also have raised, and gold has raised for about 0.26%, and silver futures are raised, for example, for about 0.58%. Yes, let's finish our review for today. Thank you for attention. You can check additional information on our website www.grandcapital.net. It was me, financial analyst of Grand Capital Company, Sergey Ilyin. Thank you for attention, dear traders, and I wish you the fair trends. Goodbye.